negative side. And that's not true. The players they've had and the style that they've played has been quite different to that, as these 6 games we're about to show you will prove. Sit back and enjoy this. You'll be surprised.
And Lyons have gone in. Oh, Lodge was there too. Didn't quite fall for him though. Lyons still in there, and now O'Keefe in a lot of space. This could be interesting indeed. O'Leary's header though. Jennings to the rescue. And what a good throw. The space here for Hollins, with Ricks and Sunderland and Davis all up there wanting a bit of the action. Slanted there towards Graham Ricks and headed back by Stevens, and causing his goalkeeper a little bit of a problem there for a moment. Hollins driving that cross in there towards Ricks. Stevens with the header, and the catch by the keeper. Sanson with Arsenal's throw. Talbot. Devine. Sunderland. Interesting situation here. Oh! Off the crossbar. It looked impossible that he could get a shot in there because Walsh was right onto it. Well, what a turn and a shot that was by Alan Sunderland. Looked to be no danger at all for Everton, but there it is, bouncing off the crossbar. Biley. McMahon. O'Keefe. This might come for Stevens. And he's hit it well, and what a good save. Well, Pat Jennings wondered how that really hit him. I mean, Stevens caught it so well. It bounced invitingly for him, and Jennings was at his best. So Lodge carefully placing the ball for the corner. Biley in there, Lyons right in there, could be the danger, wanted that little back flick, but O'Leary denied him that. Well, that was a fine save from this young man, the number 2, by Pat Jennings. Here's Sunderland setting things up for Arsenal now, taking on Stevens with Talbot outside him. Sunderland with the shot, wide, a goal kick. Nicholas. Back for O'Leary. Davis. Played for Ricks. Ah, good chance for Ricks. Talbot's gone right in the middle there. McDermott coming up fast. Well, the substitution has worked, and McDermott has scored a fine goal. Great run by Ricks, a marvellous cross, a beautifully guided header, and a perfect picture of it all. Arsenal 1, Everton 0, Brian McDermott with 10 minutes of the second half gone. Certainly from the very first whistle there'd been no lack of competitive bite about the game. But every game needs a goal just to lift it. Sunderland. Ricks on that far side now. Well, another cross coming in. Talbot there, but this time Arnold just touching it away. Davis or Sanson, and an offside flag is up against, I imagine, Brian McDermott. Well, again, Graham Ricks having crossed to get the goal or set up the goal from one side of the field. Comes down the right, but this time it was the fist of Jim Arnold that foiled Arsenal. And a bit of trouble there for Gary Stevens from Brian Talbot. Spiley. Running into a bit of trouble there. Beaten by Ricks, who's having quite a second half now. And a good floater in there towards Sunderland. Very active indeed. Oh! And again, Arsenal so close to a second goal. And again, it was Ricks who set it up in the first place. Sunderland who carried it on. And it was Talbot who's made some marvellous runs from the midfield, who just failed to get it there. Being hustled again by Sunderland, and Sunderland getting the better of him there. And nobody from Arsenal could quite get into a scoring position, and Walsh and Ross between them were right in there. But it's a really sprightly start by Arsenal in this second half, with just over a quarter of an hour of it gone. Floated in by McDermott for Talbot, almost a free header. To be sure, Howard Kendall's tossing around in his mind the idea of coming on as a substitute himself. Lodge, and that'll be Jennings. Hollins. A fell from Ricks for Sunderland, onto the left foot. Trying a curler, pushed over by Jim Arnold. Clever and skillful bit of play by Alan Sunderland. Felt there wasn't a lot, but he was looking up just for the moment. Curling a little chip there, which the keeper pushed over. McDermott. Ricks. Onto the left foot. Half carried. Talbot will finish it off. Did it cross the line? No, there was a foul on the keeper, presumably. And Everton get a free kick. Well, let's look at this one from another angle as Ricks plays it in. The keeper half held it, couldn't stop it. Talbot came in. Oh, bodies falling everywhere. The ball may have crossed the line, but it was all academic in the end because the referee decided there was a foul on the keeper.
But it's a free kick, which Alistair Robertson will be taking now for West Brom. Just looking for it. And it'll come for Gary Owen. Oh, and somehow Wood got that away. Well, it was almost the perfect retribution, really, having been fouled and got the free kick. It was almost Gary Owen who scored with a thundering shot. It just hit Wood on the body. He couldn't even get his hands to it, and it bounced away. It's a long ball hit towards Ali Brown, who tried to get Regis on his way. O'Leary, though, to Sanson. And the linesman there pushing for, or rather waving for a push on the Arsenal player, which gives Arsenal a free kick. A fair bit of stopping and starting at the moment in this game. It's really being allowed to get moving. Sanson with the free kick for Arsenal. Talbot playing a quick ball in there. It eluded Whitehead for a moment, and it's Devine now for Arsenal. Closed in once more towards Alan Sunderland. Sunderland has scored. Well, there was a good cross in by Devine, tempting there towards the far post. Flicked on, and Sunderland... And in fact, it came off Mark Grew, but it goes down quite clearly to Alan Sunderland. So, a little over 16 minutes gone, and Arsenal get a lead. Oh, just a little too deliberate then. Joel was able to get in. Regis is on his way. Cross is in there too. But Arsenal with 4 or 5 people quickly back kept that problem at bay. But here at Albion with the throw quickly taken by Batson, stopped by Sanson. Here's Ricks. And another free kick. Sanson, a long hit free kick. Sunderland played the ball now for Robson. And just over the top, I thought it was for a moment going to float underneath. But a good, quick and incisive break by Arsenal there. Sunderland's ball, an absolute beauty there for Robson to run onto. It couldn't have been better than that. And Robson did it almost perfectly right. Just sailed over the top. Foul by Devine, who's got 1 or 2 hefty tackles in this opening 22 minutes. That time Ali Brown was the victim, and Albion get the free kick. So Gary Owen with the free kick for West Bromwich Albion. Regis couldn't get there because White got there before him. Joe, Batson, Zondervan. No, it's going to be a goal kick. Ricks, Woodcock, Sunderland outside him. Woodcock and Robson advancing into that area, and Woodcock! What a brilliant goal! Well, that was certainly worth braving the rain for and the miserable conditions. That'll cheer all the Arsenal fans up. A lovely cross played in, and what about that for a bit of skill? In off the post, beating Grew to the wide, and Arsenal 2 into the lead with Tony Woodcock getting his 4th of the season and repeating his scoring prowess that won the game for Arsenal at Ipswich last Saturday. Arsenal have taken their goals well, but it's been a pretty untidy game. But here's Sanson. Joel getting it away. Cross. Battling with the other number 11. Ricks, and then Ricks and Sanson combining well. And put wide by Sunderland. What a good move it was. Good understanding here between Ricks and Sanson, and it's eventually Sanson who plays it in. Sunderland who takes it down, but gets it well wide. Now Gary Owen again for West Bromwich Albion. This will come for Sunderland, who might well start the run himself. He's got support outside from Robson. So Stuart Robson now can take it up. Talbot's gone through the middle. Bennett, or rather Davis, and Ricks. It might come for Sunderland. It might come for Robson. And somehow they got it away. Danny Robertson and Whitehead between them, but it looked as though Robson might just get in there with goal number 3. And in the end, Robertson just got it away. Well, Bennett climbing all over Woodcock. I'm always tempted to ask, I wonder what it is defenders are supposed to do, because Woodcock was standing there. The only way that Bennett, in fact, could have reached the ball was to do just what he did there. But the referee felt, who's to argue with him, that that was a question of him climbing all over the Arsenal player. So it's a free kick to Arsenal, to the right of centre of the penalty area. And Woodcock hammering one in. Drew didn't know where it was. Somehow parried it, hit with great ferocity there by Tony Woodcock. go in. Good skill. Good play by Statham. Well, Albion will feel happier that he's back in real contention for a first-team place. Batson. Andy Brown on the far side, and Batson has picked him up. And now Regis. Oh, great save! And knocked over by Whitehead. Fine piece of goalkeeping by George Wood, denying Cyril Regis an opening goal for West Bromwich Albion. And then the chance falling to Clive Whitehead. Took that well on his chest, pushed away well, and Whitehead in the end knocking it over. Well, as I say, 5 goals in the last 4 games, and he nearly added to that tally, and he made a chance superbly for himself. Devine with a long ball, Ricks in behind him, and the flag stayed down. Crew absolutely furious with the defence that had left the road wide open there. Devine's long ball. And Ricks was there, took it first time, and played it well wide. Bennett away, Brown. Sanson, lovely interception, and a nice little ball play for Ricks. Played back well by him. And Sanson going on, brought down. And Bennett is the 3rd Albion player to go in the book. Sure of the number. And this is how it is. Martin Bennett goes into the book. So it hasn't been Albion's day. 2 goals down, 3 players booked, facing this free kick now from Graham Ricks. And Sullivan getting in, and bounce in fact so high that it went over the goal. Oh, he's got past Roberts. Oh, it might come for Nicholas. And somehow Clark's kept it out. And somehow Mariner just failed to get the touch that mattered. But again, Arsenal making the running and looking certainly much the more dangerous side at the moment. Great work by Woodcock and by Nicholas. And Clark's just shoveling it away. There's Woodcock's contribution. Comes for Nicholas, played in very quickly, shoveled away there by Parks, and Mariner just couldn't get the touch. Roberts' header. Nicholas. Oh, he's beaten that time by Crooks. There's Houghton. Galvin outside him. That's where Tottenham's best work has come from, down this left flank. Now Houghton going on his own, getting a shot in, and needed just a little bit more curl on it. And that might have embarrassed Arsenal. Challenging run this by the full-back. Arsenal half expecting him to play it wide to Galvin. Went on his own, and just wide of Lukic's dive and the post. O'Leary, Woodcock. Good play again by Woodcock. Ricks. And Sanson making the break from the back. Crossed in there towards Charlie Nicholas. Tremendous shot. Well saved by Tony Parks. Caught that superbly, Nicholas. Inquest going on, as you could see there in that Spurs defence. Played in superbly, caught beautifully on the volley, and pushed away by Tony Parks. It's a good time to be taking on Spurs, of course, without so many players in the midfield. Sanson getting that across towards Mariner. Without Hoddle, of course, and without Ardiles. And today without Mike Hazard. Woodcock. Touch for Robson. And a goal for Arsenal. Well, it was a terrible deflection, but it brings jubilation to the North Bank. And a deafening roar around Highbury. And it's played here by Woodcock. Comes off Gary Mavett, in fact, and wide of Tony Parks. But the goal will be claimed by Stuart Robson. Mariner, nice little nod on again for Woodcock. He's turning them one way and the other, and this time the pass has gone in, and it was Talbot who was forward like lightning there from the midfield. Good break again by Tony Woodcock, and a lovely cross in, and look at the ground that Talbot had made up, but it's just wide of that Tottenham goal, and it remains at 1-0. Now here comes Spurs, only one goal in it. Houghton finding Roberts. Might find him coming forward more and more as this game progresses if the score stays this way. Robson finding Ricks, wanting Woodcock to go forward. Perryman will cut that one out. Sanson looking after Archibald in that incident, finding Charlie Nicholas. And a beautifully released ball for Tony Woodcock. Wide. Ball that one by Charlie Nicholas. You can't provide better openings than that. Right to the feet of Tony Woodcock. Parks out quickly and forced Woodcock to fire it wide. Talbot. It's Houghton. It'll come for Galvin. Showing good pace there. And he's crossed in some good balls also, but that time O'Leary got on the end of it and put it behind for the corner. Arsenal want to make a substitution. Paul Davis is coming on, and Graham Ricks is going off. Quite an influence on the midfield that Ricks, on this left-hand side, played some lovely balls in. But now Paul Davis is on. Face this Tottenham corner. Alvin with it, curling in, and Stevens! It's anybody's guess, and somehow they kept it out. Powerful header by Stevens. Crooks was on the goal line trying to force it in. There was the unchallenged header of Gary Stevens. And Hill got into a bit of a muddle. Spurs couldn't force it home, but they get another corner. Alvin again with it. Curled in once more. Lukic, a safe catch. And that could have been real trouble for Arsenal. And it'll give Spurs a bit of heart. Another way of Arsenal dominated the second half in the way they did the first. And here's Mariner. Down for Nicholas. On for Woodcock, offside. Caught him so many times this afternoon. Nicholas. What a lovely flick. This time Woodcock's onside. And he's got Mariner at the far post. He spotted him. And the cross is too deep. But Robson. Can he get round Perryman? Many have tried, and he has succeeded. But in the end, it comes off Houghton for an Arsenal corner. Arsenal looking for this second goal that could well spell curtains for Tottenham. Mariner comes to Charlie Nicholas. Is he going through them all? He is. He's going past the keeper too, and he scored. Just look at the North Bank in response to that delightful little goal by Charlie Nicholas. The finish was not all that strong, but the lead up to it was just magic. All this. And suddenly it deflects for him. He goes around the keeper too. He didn't really hit it well, but unfortunately for Spurs, their defenders had overrun it, and it nestles in the back of the net. From the other angle, he had a little bit of luck with the deflection, but delightfully past the keeper, and Paul Miller just couldn't stop it on the line. Now Crooks, maybe it's a quick reply from Tottenham. Archibald! What an amazing couple of minutes. And a quick and incisive reply from Tottenham. Chipped in there by Garth Crooks. Lukic could only half handle it, and it was hammered into the back of the net by Steve Archibald. Sanson. And a corner. And 10 minutes of the game left. Talbot with the corner. Floating again towards the near post. Mariner trying to get in there. Paul Davis with a shot. And it might come for O'Leary, possibly. Screwed back beautifully by him. Houghton getting it away. Davis trying to get it back once more. Crooks in the end. Thankful to get it anywhere for Tottenham. In the middle there with his headphones on, doing a job of work there in the grey, or rather in the brown jacket, is Tommy Docherty. And Sanson with Arsenal's throw. Mariner, nice little flick on. Good touch by Woodcock. A beautiful touch by Charlie Nicholas, and Woodcock on his way. A brilliant goal for Arsenal. 3-1. No wonder they celebrate, both on the field and off it. What touches here, and what finishing, and what pace from Woodcock. And that surely has made it safe for Arsenal. 3-1, and the goal that Tony Woodcock so richly deserved from this game. Calvin. Perryman. And O'Leary's header away, only as far as Archibald. My word, he's done it again! Instant reply, and it's 3-2. What a remarkable game. It looked surefire safe for Arsenal until that happened, and Spurs are back in it again. And there might be some more to come. Miller battling in the air against Mariner, battling on the ground against Davis. Finds Danny Thomas. We're into time added on as Houghton plays it forward again. Stopped that time by Talbot. There's Perryman slipping in there, finding Galvin. Final whistle on how the Arsenal manager gets off the bench. A shake of the hands there with Keith Birkinshaw.
A good kick by Lukic, and Foss let it go all the way through to Seeley, who took it away from Mariner. Oh, Lukic with an enormous clearance. Shades of Pat Jennings, the man that Lukic has replaced today, who once scored with a kick like that many years ago when he was playing for Tottenham in the Charity Shield up at Manchester United. First match the BBC ever covered with colour cameras. Anyway, back to the present, and here's Talbot. In goes Woodcock, and Seeley took that well. Well, the foul was by Anderson on Elliott. Turner. And Foster coming in there. Fine save. Well, Foster's lost the headband. But for Lukic, he would have found a goal. It was a good firm header. He beat the defender, but when Lukic, with good height up to his advantage, of course, stretched up, he was able to turn it over. It's Robson with the throw. Fisted clear as far as Allinson. Robson again. Off Thomas, corner. Adams with the flick. Caton was nearly there. Hill beat him. Steen. That's a good ball by Brian Steen. That's really opened things up for Luton. Breaker offside against Bunn. Good pass from Brian Steen, though, to turn defence into attack there for Luton. And just an offside at the end. It was a swift break, that. Here's Mariner. And he's taken the throw quickly to Allinson. Oh, good effort, and it's there! The man who was brought in to replace Charlie Nicholas has opened the scoring for Arsenal. And for Ian Allinson, quite an unusual goal. He scored it with his right foot. A dipping shot, which deceived Les Sealey. Allinson noted for his powerful left foot normally, but with the right foot there, he put Arsenal in front. After 17 minutes play. Woodcock. And now Robson turning away from Hill. Good early shot by Stuart Robson. Oh, and Sealey's dropped it, and luckily for him, just the other side of the post. Robson surprised the goalkeeper there. Sealey made a bit of a drama of the save and then dropped the ball. And Anderson's up there, but presumably he pushed the goalkeeper over. Quite a while since Luton scored a goal away from home in a league match. It's nearly 3.5 matches now. David Pleat will be well aware of that as he surveys things just coming up to half-time. Sansom back again to Davis. Lofted cross for Mariner coming in. Foster's clearance, that's Allinson! Nearly did it again, this time with the other foot. He thinks it's a corner. A goal kick's been given, but he attempted to lob Sealey there, and it wasn't very far over. Davis inside for Robson. Came off Donaghy. They're onside. It's Mariner. And nearly an own goal by Donaghy. Sealey saved him and his side. Mariner it was who had the first attempt. And as the ball flew across the goal mouth, Mal Donaghy got a foot to it. And Sealey had to make a save from his own defender and took a blow on the head, I think. Here's Thomas. Steen. It's away by Robson. And Breaker with Allinson at his heels. Oh, he's made a mistake. Woodcock now for Arsenal. 2-0. Woodcock scores. And poor Tim Breaker knows he has to take the responsibility for that goal. He tried to ward off Allinson and he only gave it to Woodcock. And Woodcock slotted the ball past Sealey to continue his remarkable run of scoring against this opposition. Because Woodcock has scored against Luton now in 4 consecutive matches. The young right-back, 19-year-old Tim Breaker, trying to ward off Allinson, and he put the ball into the path of Tony Woodcock. But not the greatest angle in the world. That's good finishing from an international forward. for Woodcock to get a cross in and forcing a corner anyway. There's Mariner. And now it's Allinson with the cross. Oh, and that's a goal for Bill Anderson. Well, Arsenal getting their crosses in again, and when it was flicked on, Anderson, who's a useful goal scorer from fullback, makes it 3-0 after 68 minutes. And ball by Robson. This is Parker. Joby's at the far post. What an overhead kick by Steen. That's really well taken, and the substitute helped to make it. The cross was deep to the far side. Joby knocked it back, and Brian Steen, some acrobatics in there. And Lukic got a hand to it maybe, but anyway, it was in the corner. 3-1. Forward by Davis. Now it's Mariner. Through to Allinson. Oh, foul by Thomas, penalty. And Allinson has now been involved in 3 goals and a penalty incident. He was the player brought down by the left-back Thomas. A penalty to Arsenal. Brian Talbot has placed the ball on the spot. Seeley saves. Well, Arsenal have had their problems with penalties. He's not the first one to miss this season by any means. And Seeley got down to his right to make a good save.
Steve Nicol was 24 last Wednesday and it's finally slotted into the position really that always seemed to be his when Phil Neal finally moved out of the limelight. And as we look at Jim Beglin there, the left-back, one of Kenny Dalglish's moves really since he's taken over as manager has been to discard the 2 veteran full-backs, Alan Kennedy and Phil Neal. Quinn taking up a good position, but he won't face a harder baptism really than against the likes of Lawrenson and Hansen, but Ricks wins it back. An opportunity for Nicholas here, and he's taken it. Liverpool have given the ball away, and Charlie Nicholas, playing his 100th game in the English First Division, celebrates with a 5th-minute goal. And Charlie Nicholas, in fact, whose great hero when he was young, Kenny Dalglish, the Liverpool manager, well, he's punished Liverpool here. After some really sloppy defending, Ricks got a foot in, which was important for Arsenal, and then Nicholas kept his composure and drove it beyond Grobbelaar. Running at Arsenal, trying to commit defenders, as Rush was doing as well, but Paul Davis got a foot in. Robson, who's the most likely to burst forward for Arsenal from midfield. Nicholas, it's all going for him in the early phase of the game. Ricks. Now Davis wanted to take it first time, and there was nothing wrong in that. Grobbelaar wasn't sure whether it was passing wide or not, and committed himself to the dive. But the curl on the ball, taking it past the post. Lee biding his time, releasing the ball for Walsh. Mulby. And that could well have been on target before it hit O'Leary. Jan Molby with the World Cup to look forward to as a member of Denmark's squad. McMahon. Nicol is lurking. Steve Nicol was a scorer when Liverpool beat Arsenal at Anfield on the opening day of the season. He wasn't too far away here, as Arsenal pushed out to try and close him down. And Quinn guides it on for Allinson. And here's Anderson. Robson's gone to the far post. Ricks is there as well, and Lawrenson came across sharply. Maybe that Viv Anderson's still feeling the effects of that heavy tackle by Steve McMahon. Well, Liverpool allowing Robson to pick out Anderson with the throw and allowing Davis to set himself for the shot. And Grobbelaar's lost it. Quinn! Niall Quinn on his First Division debut with a real striker's goal. He's been a senior player for 25 minutes. And he's put Arsenal 2 in front against Liverpool. A fumble by Grobbelaar, and Quinn reacted so quickly. Ricks again. Well, Liverpool, of course, as Robson profits from another piece of uncharacteristic slackness by Liverpool, with the eagerness of Johnston and McMahon to try and get Liverpool going forward, giving the ball away to Robson. Lee. McMahon. There's good vision from him for Johnston, who took it on the body. And now Molby. That's how he likes the ball served to him, the Danish midfield player. Coming on to the shot. He rather got the ball caught under his feet and couldn't dig it out accurately. Rush. Molby. And McMahon could have gone in either direction. Looked to the right. Beglin was offering to the other side. Now Walsh. And in the end, the patience of the Liverpool approach produces a corner. And it certainly would change the balance of the match if Liverpool could psychologically pull one back before half-time. And McMahon lets fly, and Lukic keeps Arsenal's 2-goal lead at full stretch from McMahon. Well hit and matched by the save. Quinn, neatly done. Ricks looking early for Nicholas. Grobbelaar wanting Hansen to head it, but he heads it straight to Quinn. And Robson. Nothing wrong with the power of the shot. The direction, though, was missing, but Arsenal hunting a goal which could put the match totally beyond Liverpool's reach. Molby gets it back from Lee, and that's the sort of passing Molby has been producing. We haven't seen much of it so far today, and Walsh this time gets the better of Keown, but not in a really threatening position. With the confidence born of 11 goals in his last 11 games, Paul Walsh goes on. As O'Leary closed him down, Walsh snatched at the shot. 28 minutes left, and Arsenal perhaps given an opportunity here for a third, and Quinn couldn't turn quite quickly enough. Good defending by Johnston. He reacted the quicker of the two. After Rick squeezed it through, and Johnston was herring back to make sure that Liverpool was safe. For the moment, that is. Beglin's clearance only as far as Allinson. Anderson! It was the right direction in that Anderson was sending it back across the goal towards the corner he was aiming for. And Grobbelaar had to change direction and would never have got it, I don't think, but it was wide. And Armstrong still down there pondering as to whether he should come back on as the corner is taken, and Mark Wright gets the shot in. That's an excellent save. Well, Southampton not distracted by the temporary loss of Armstrong, and it is temporary because he's now come back onto the pitch. And Mark Wright twisting here to hit it well, although it was an awkward height, and Lukic responding equally well. Rocastle. Quinn calling for an early cross, but in fact it's played down the channel to where referee Howard King spots a foul by Wright on Perry Groves in a duel of the redheads. Adams and Anderson from the back have made their way forward. And Flowers hesitates, and Anderson with an easier chance there than he had for England at Wembley against Yugoslavia when he scored with such aplomb. But Tim Flowers was indecisive. It really looked as though it should be the goalkeeper's ball, but he stayed on his line and Anderson put it wide. In a sense, epitomises Lawrence, really. He'll make mistakes, but he'll battle for you, and he's won it back from Sanson. Wallace. And it hits the post, and Clark. Was it over the line? No, and Colin Clark misses the gilt-edged opportunity for Southampton, set up for him by Wallace. It was a strange break, really, but a purposeful one. Sanson couldn't tackle there. It would have been a penalty if he'd got it wrong. It was over Lukic, inside of the post, and Clark shouldn't have needed a second touch. He should have buried it. Well, the buzz still going round the Dell. And Colin Clark reflecting. Possibly he was surprised that the ball arrived off the inside of the post. He'd certainly followed it in properly after Wallace had done all the work. Groves is onside. And Flowers with really his most difficult save so far. The cross was deflected, the goalkeeper had to backpedal. Groves had caught Southampton square. It looped up off Gittins, and the goalkeeper did well. Three minutes of the first half remaining. Anderson off the line by Jerry Forrest. Flowers didn't get there that time, and Anderson deflected it on. Forrest was there. Southampton's last home game was 10 days ago when they crushed Manchester United 4-1 in the Littlewoods Cup. That was the match which led to the demise of Ron Atkinson. Anderson. After the shot we saw of Anderson and Sansom continuing that argument as they walked in at half-time, I wonder whether there were some stern words in the Arsenal dressing room. Just to refer back to that 4-1 win over Manchester United, Matt Le Tissier, who's an 18-year-old who comes from Guernsey, scored 2 goals in that game. Never afraid to hold the ball. But this is Lawrence, Clark to his right. Lawrence, and in comes Clark. And Lukic in the right place again. The goalkeeper having difficulty with Lawrence's first shot. But this is Perry Groves as the action switches to the other end, and Flowers, who brings down Groves, a penalty conceded by the deputy for Peter Shilton. A desperate moment for him, one of delight for Groves, with Southampton still thinking about the double chance at the other end. And caught by the speed of Groves, it looked as though he'd overrun it, but then he touched it round Flowers, and no doubt that it was a penalty. And Flowers, it's much more serious than it first seemed. Does Le Tissier come on? Who goes in goal? And whoever it is, his first task is to face a penalty, and it's going to be Colin Clark. So can one striker outwit another in a most unusual episode? Colin Clark goes in goal. Matt Le Tissier, the substitute for Southampton, comes on. And Arsenal still have to wait to see whether they can accept this chance of taking the lead. He scores! A tribute to his nerve. His 4th penalty. But he didn't expect to take one here past Colin Clark. Arsenal score 9 minutes into the second half. But of course there will be at least 4 minutes of injury time. Quinn away on the far side. It's a delightful turn. Groves. I think he might have preferred the advantage, but Howard King a little concerned about the nature of Southampton's tackling at the moment. Le Tissier being warned about his conduct. Now the sensible thing here is to just hang it in close to the goalkeeper. And Clark is beaten by Viv Anderson, 2-0. Anderson came close enough against Flowers in the first half, but this time it's past Colin Clark, and it's despair here really for Southampton. It was a very sensible free kick to examine the goalkeeper if an Arsenal head could get to it, and Clark not equal to the task. 17 minutes into the second half, and Arsenal lead 2-0. Two goals for Arsenal in an 8-minute spell, both past a stand-in goalkeeper. Hayes. Le Tissier. Quinn. Oh, that was skillfully done and well saved. Quinn showing confidence on the ground, Clark confidence in the dive. I remember this moment for a long time. Quinn had a second thought and then really let rip. Anderson right in front of the goalkeeper as Quinn looks on the edge of the area, and it was a weak corner really. Forrest. Hayes did better with the second ball in. So awkward for defenders accustomed to trusting the judgment of regular goalkeepers. In comes Quinn. 3-0. Niall Quinn with Anderson the distraction. It's falling apart for Southampton, and Arsenal are surely now on the way to another 3 points. Quinn was there, Anderson trying to flick it on himself, but I don't think they'll take that one away from Quinn, who's been short of goals himself, although he's done a good job for the side. Wallace got a long way to go. He's found Lawrence, who's holding off Adams. The linesman is flagging. Howard King points for a penalty. Adams was losing the battle. Arms were outstretched from both players. And there was the tug, and it was inside the area. The linesman helped by signalling as well. Glenn Cockrell missed the last penalty that Southampton had here against Manchester City, so it's Danny Wallace who accepts the responsibility. And wastes the opportunity. Letitia, oh dear. You wonder what more can go wrong for Southampton. Lukic gets the right way. Wallace was in a hurry to take it, and Lukic did very well indeed, and then Letitia got it past the goalkeeper but past the post. Prepared to take on Sansom. He's shown one or two neat manoeuvres, just to no real purpose then. But the Southampton supporters already talking of the potential, and of course the club, although keeping a low profile as they rightly should do on a youngster, know that Letitia has a great chance of making the grade. But here's Perry Groves with a great chance to make it 4. A goal which is owed totally to Southampton's deficiencies at the back. Clark didn't read it, Groves kept running, and from John Lukic's massive clearance, Arsenal in the end go 4 in front. Clark hesitated, Groves pounced, Cockrell. John Lukic protecting his clean sheet with the penalty save, the highlight of his day. Well, this match turned on an incident 5 minutes into the second half, when Tim Flowers had to go off injured and Colin Clark had to fill in goal. Flowers had brought down Perry Groves when he got a bang in the face, and Clark's first job was to face the penalty, which was scored by Martin Hayes, and Arsenal never looked back.